ॐ तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः। Your stories, which is like nectar, is the very life force of the living beings burning in the fire of the world. It destroys sins. Mere listening to your exploits brings about the well-being of the living beings. That's why those who know the truth have described your exploits to be the greatest. Those on earth who sing the glories of your exploits have certainly done a lot of charity in their previous births. It is owing to the result of that meritorious action that they have developed taste for singing the glories of your sports. Om, peace, peace, peace. Good evening. It is really a matter of great pleasure and joy for all of us to spend some time reading and discussing and thinking of meditating on our Master, whose nectar-like words, which is called Gospel, we will be reading. Revered Swami Sarvadevanandji Maharaj is out of the station, so I am just having this class today. I will not continue what he is doing. I just give an introductory talk about this Gospel, aim, the recorder of the Gospel, background, how it happened, and the meaning of this mantra also. In the beginning, M, the recorder of the Gospel, who was a wonderful teacher, headmasters, principals in 2 schools in Calcutta simultaneously. From one school to another school, he used to go. In those days, there was no car, present day vehicles. He used to go by palanquins. Some people will carry on their shoulder, and there is a box-like thing. Those who have seen, they know. The kings, queens, they used to move from one place to another in that way. So this man was so popular amongst his students, and also very successful as a student, not only as a teacher. Always he used to rank the first, second or third in exams, school exams, entrance exam, then first arts, FA, then graduation, everywhere, first, second, third, always he used to bag these ranks, positions. And he was a very nice student, enjoyed stipends, and loved by his teachers. And now as a teacher, headmaster, he is also very respected and loved by his students. Outwardly, he was a very successful man, so far the worldly point of view. What a teacher needs: recognition, love, respect, commanding all these things from the students, other colleagues. Very nice man, no doubt about the fact. But what was not that successful in his family life. There was so much shattered in his mind, in his heart of hearts, that he was trying to commit suicide. And in those days, any educated person, and that also who will be a teacher, must do his duties as a son, as a daughter, as a husband, whatever you are in your position in the family, in the society. But he was not living and taking care of his old parents. He was living just nearly a kilometer away, not even a full kilometer, it is just half a kilometer plus away from his own home, not living with father, mother and taking care of them. And it was very bad in those days in the society. In Hindu society, Hindu family, when father, mother are old, particularly the son, daughter would be given to marriage, so she will live in her father-in-law's house, husband's house. She will come and see, that's a different thing. But main responsibility of bringing up, taking care of old father and mother is on the son. And if the son is earning something, he cannot eat it himself without giving it to feeding his own father, mother. So in the family life, he was not at all a happy person, successful person. There was always a fight between his wife and his father. Everywhere in the society we find that there are the differences of opinion between the mother-in-law and the daughter-in-law. Rather, the father-in-laws always take side with the daughter-in-laws and scold his wife. Why he is like you, she is like your daughter, new daughter-in-law, why you are treating her badly? You should not behave in that way. Generally, father-in-laws take. Here, another providence has made it so that father-in-law himself was very unhappy with the daughter-in-law. And daughter-in-law also was not ready to live in the same families, same house, doing anything, any seva, any service to father-in-law, mother-in-law, and she was with her husband, forced her husband to rent a separate home in Calcutta, near their own home, and living there. And always this was pricking the heart, his conscience of this wonderful man, otherwise very, very successful in the society as a teacher, as a respectable man. Teacher's salary was not that good in those days, but they were not so-called rich, but they were well off, very nice, but not living with father, mother. So finally, the situation went to such an extent that he wanted to commit suicide and tried also. So he was trying to commit suicide. Before committing suicide, Calcutta is a place, young wife, he was at that time 28 years, 2 children are there, young wife. As a normal human being, he didn't find it nice to leave the wife and the children alone in Calcutta and commit suicide. So he came to his sister's house near Dakshineshwar, where Sri Ramakrishna was living, Dakshineshwar temple garden, and within 1 kilometer is 1 kilometer away from the temple garden, this Ames, recorder of the Gospel, Mahendranath Gupta, his sister's house was there. So nobody knew that he was keeping his wife and children there and he will commit suicide. But everybody knew that they were suffering. Family problem was there and their life is not good. Their life was rather a miserable one, living separately away from father, mother. There was no good relation between the son and the father, mother, and also the daughter-in-law and the father-in-law, mother-in-law. So that was the situation. From family point of view, it was a shattered family. How can father, mother become happy when their own child in their old age, when son is uh, earning and entered into family life. Now grandchildren will be there and they will be taken care of by the son and daughter-in-law. And it is not from the society's point of view also, social point of view, oh, your son is that bad. So it is also a kind of a very bitter experience and feeling of the parents that their son, he doesn't stay with them and take care of father, mother. Either father, mother is bad or the son is bad. Something is wrong. So from all points of view, family life was a very vicious one, bad one, miserable one. But as a teacher, he was the headmaster of Swami Brahmananda, Rakhal Maharaj. He studied in M school. And where he was headmaster, principal, not an ordinary school, established by, founded by anybody and everybody. These both schools are founded by no other than Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. Vidyasagar means ocean of knowledge, ocean of learning. And Sri Ramakrishna went to see that person on his own. He himself went to see that wonderful person and addressed him as Dayar Sagar. Not only Vidyasagar, this title was conferred to him by the Pandits in those days. So, he was successful from all points of view, but now, as a husband, a failure could not make his wife happy. As a son, failure. As a father also. A father is trying to commit suicide, leaving behind the small kids. Can anyone say it's a good man, gentleman, very good behavior? And that also a teacher. How can you become a teacher? What you will teach others, your students? If you yourself are not following the morality, ethics, good behavior, your conduct is not something that you can demand that your students will follow you. And you are a teacher. So, from that point of view, it was a miserable life. And he was suffering so much. Can you think somebody who, being a loving father of 2 children, loving husband of a young wife, and an educated one, having so much of responsibility, 2 schools founded by Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar could not get another qualified, competent person like him to head another school. No, you remain head of both the institutions. That will be good for the institution. And such a nice man, Vidyasagar, the principal of the Sanskrit college in those days, and whatever books, whatever we speak in Bengali and whatever Sanskrit we know, it was from Vidyasagar's book. He was the writer of this Varna Parichaya. Varna means letters, Parichaya means acquaintance with the alphabet, letters. And Sanskrit also. He was a Pandit, not only ordinary Pandit. He was ocean of learning that was conferred to him. That man established schools for the good of the society, students. And many schools he established for girls also. And he was such a man that he could not bear, in those days, small girls in their childhood, they were given in marriage to old people. And after a few years, this old husband will die. And now whole life from the age of 10, 12, 13, 14, whole life they have to live alone. And this widow's life in India in those days, oh God, it was a hell. punishment for having your punishment. You don't need to go to Christian hell or any other hell. You come and see the lives of the suffering of the widows in India, you will understand what kind of this physical, mental, intellectual, from all points of view, punishment they were suffering, they used to undergo, they had to undergo. Society was like that. So these are the bad things in the so-called Hindu Samaj, Hindu society. It was not written in the books, it is not scripture. But some people having a little authority in the society, they would force all these things. So this came also. These girls will not go to school, girls will not read Vedas, Upanishads, where it is written, you are Atman, I am Atman. There is no gender difference between the girl and boy and the daughter. All are Atman, all are divine. No, because you have lost your husband, you are not a good girl. You have brought misfortune in our family. Father-in-law, mother-in-law always will treat, why my son will die? Because of you. You are Alakshmi. You are not a pious lady girl. After coming, we have brought you in our family and I have lost my son. So, you understand how they were treated, used to be treated in the society, in the husband's house, father-in-law's house. So that was the situation. This man went to leave his wife, children with the sister and trying to commit suicide. Enough is enough. I could not bring harmony. Sri Ramakrishna has come to bring harmony of all religions, of ideas, harmony of East and West, harmony of modern and ancient, harmony of all yogas, karma, bhakti, jnana. Swami Vivekananda said that those who claim to be the followers of Ramakrishna must mold their life in the mold of Ramakrishna's life. In Ramakrishna's life, what we find? We find the combination of blending of nicely all jnana, bhakti, karma, dhyana, all are there. God with form, God without form, dvaita, advaita, vishishtadvaita. Sri Ramakrishna brought blending, harmony. Harmoniously he blended all these ideas, which were very so-called, apparently conflicting in the society, and nobody could have a solution of that. But Sri Ramakrishna, through his spiritual insights, through his experience following different paths, and the experience of the ultimate reality with form, without form, remaining in 6.5 months, more than 6.5 months in Nirvikalpa Samadhi, thinking of that ultimate reality without any nirguna, nirakar. There are so many theories out there. That ultimate reality is nirgun, nirakar. Nirgun, nirakar, but shagun. He has power, creation, sustenance and destruction. These gunas, attributes are there, satya, raja, tama, these gunas are there, but without any form. Brahmo Samaj, one movement started. Now Hindus have many things that cannot be followed. So they wanted to do some reforms in Hinduism in those days and lecturing here and there in support of their, as if whatever is written in the Vedas, Upanishads, these are not understood by the people. The way this Brahmos understood, everybody has to follow that path, and that is the best path. Sri Ramakrishna also said that is the problem. Everyone says, oh, my watch is correct, but actually nobody's watch is correct. Simple things, but is telling where the differences. Ekam sad vipra bahuda vadanti. Truth is one. But people describe it in different names, different ways, and try to establish that. And the followers become so fanatic and dogmatic that you see in the name of religion, in the name of faith, in the name of their God, what they do, people. killing, bringing, massacre, bombing, this live bombs, many things. Why you are doing? No, it is we are establishing dharma. Other people, these people do not understand dharma properly. So, by killing them, we are doing our dharma, bringing people. So, I am forcing others. Out of fear, they will follow us. Otherwise, we will kill all these people. If you don't register your path, understanding according to our path, then we will bomb you out. In the name of religion, you see how it happens. Sri Ramakrishna came to make householders' life and monastic life. Nivedita said in Sri Ramakrishna's life, nothing was secular, everything spiritual. Work is worship. There was always differences between the Gyanis and Bhaktos, Karmis, those who were the followers of path of action. Sri Ramakrishna in his life, karma, bhakti, jnana, yoga, everything, combination of all those things. Wonderful. In the Gita, Bhagavan said, Sri Krishna, but again Avatara comes to make us understand, to show us the light, to go ahead and show us the path. So, this Sri Ramakrishna's life is wonderful, and this laboratory, spiritual laboratory, where he experienced all kinds of truths and kept it, that the whole world will follow this and will know the real truth and can decide themselves what is right, what is wrong, and they will be free of they will get rid of their narrowness, smallness, misunderstanding about God, about dharma. They will not fight with form, without form. So he was telling, he gave the example of chameleon. Chameleon is there. Only one day who has seen, and there was a fight. These stories are there in the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. And there were several people, they were fighting themselves, among themselves. He said that strange animal has red color. Another said, no, I have seen, it is of green color. Another said, no, it is of pink color. Another said another color. Then they came to the place, the tree where they found that special strange animal that has different colors. So they all came, and there was a person sitting under the tree where the chameleon was living, and that man was asking, "Why you are fighting? What happened?" No, you see, we have come to see that strange animal. It was a red animal I have seen. Another said, no, it was a green animal. So then the man who was sitting under the tree and 24 hours keeping an eye and knows that whether it is red or yellow or pink or green. After listening to their story, what is the point of their fight? Then that man said, I remain here 24 hours. What you have said, sometimes it is green, sometimes it is red, sometimes it is pink. Sometimes I find there is no color. It becomes colorless also. You are all right, don't fight with each other. But don't think that it has only one color, as you are demanding, claiming that it is red, it is green. It is not that. It takes all these colors, and sometimes I am here, I find sometimes it doesn't have any color. So Sri Ramakrishna, how nicely he blended the thoughts of the whole world. No difference. See the oneness, which is the message of the Upanishads. Our rishis, munis, they experience that. So Avatara comes to show us the path. Through their own life and teachings, through their own experience, they say, yes, God is or not God. God is or God is not. This Kathopanishad. There is Atma, or we die and everything is finished. Yeang prete vichikitcha manusya astitye ke nayam astiti loka. Oh, Yamraj, oh, the king of death, you know, after death what happens? Anything remains? or something, nothing remains. And if it remains, what is that? What is the nature? What is the secret of death? What happens? This body finishes, it goes and perishes and everything perished, or there is something. You give me the truth. So that is, from that inquisitiveness, that question, why we are born, why we die, and after death this body goes and everything is finished? Or is there anything beyond our understanding, beyond this feeling of this our senses? Is there anything that is super sensuous, something beyond our understanding and feeling? What is the truth? So Avatara comes, experience all these truths in his own life, his or her. Don't think Sri Ramakrishna is the only avatar. Holy Mother also is avatara. Don't think Sri Krishna is only the avatar. Sri Radha, she is also avatar. Don't think Ramachandraji alone is avatar. All the four brothers, they are also expressed, manifested less power, divine power. In Ramachandra, it is full compared to other brothers. So, Avatara comes to teach us what is the reality, what is truth, how human being should follow the course, what is the course, what is the path, and how to follow it, the goal and the means also. Through their own life, they do sadhana to teach us. In the Gita, Bhagavan Sri Krishna was asking Arjuna, Karma Yoga I am talking of, do you know? Do I take rest? Arjuna was thinking what to answer. I don't have any rest. If I stop working, the whole universe will stop. It will come to a standstill. People will follow my laziness, my inaction. So I am always ever active. Although I don't need to have anything, nothing is there to gain in my life, nothing I feel that I have to achieve something, still I work. Why? For the good of the humanity. This is the divine play. So, Avatara comes to teach us, show us the right path, and Sri Ramakrishna was there. This man who was aimlessly living a few hours, trying to commit suicide. One day he went in Calcutta to live in his friend's house, went there and found that already some guests have come. He could not say, my wife and children are there, I am coming, I am going out for something. So he came out. So he was trying to commit suicide. He has already decided the mind, but was not successful. Now today he has come to his sister's house, and living there, he is trying to find out a escape that he can commit suicide. But one of his friends and relatives, they know that in the family there is a problem. They are suffering, husband, wife, father, mother, not a happy time they are passing through. So he said, let us go and see some good places. So holy Ganga is flowing. Let us go by the side of the Ganges and see some flower gardens, this, that. And M cannot say, no, you don't come with me, I will commit suicide. So, all right, wife and children are there in the sister's house. Now, one relative, all right, and thinking when this man will go and I will commit suicide. Because as a husband, I have not left my wife on the street. As a father, I have not left my children on the street. So they are in good place. Now I can die because I cannot have a solution in the family. I cannot satisfy and make everyone happy. So this is the beginning, background of writing this Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, and he came to Sri Ramakrishna by being advised by one of his friends and companion, relatives, and he was not a devotee, he has not come to Sri Ramakrishna to nectar-like words, gospel, tabo katha amritam, your words are like amritam, nectar. Amrita means immortality. That which brings immortality in our life is a tapta jivanam. It is not amrita. It does not bring that feeling of immortality to one and all. So many people came to Dakshineshwar. They were telling, oh, how long you will sit here? We have seen the temple campus, garden, Ganges. Now we will go back. What you are? Ki bear koche. I speak in Bengali, then I will translate. They were telling, come. Ki bear koche. God is talking about God. Sri Ramakrishna did not have any other thought, any other topic, any other idea. Everything you go and you start talking, nothing secular, everything will be spiritual. God and God. With form, without form, Dvaita, Advaita, Vishishtadvaita, Kali, Krishna, Ram, Vishnu, Jesus, Buddha, that's a different thing. Ekam Sad Beprabodha Badanti. Truth is one. The scholarly people, Pandits, they describe it in different names and forms, ways. But he would be speaking God and God alone. God, Avatara is speaking of God, and some people, those who came, were not ready to accept this gospel as nectar. They will disturb others, those who were like. Sometimes M was left by his friends and others. Oh, you leave, we are going to the boat. And sometimes they left also. Oh, all right, go. What nonsense this old man is talking, and you are spending hours sitting here. We have already seen the good campus. It is a nice park. They come to do the picnic as we go, to enjoy our picnic. And so it was like that. So these people were of that mentality. But there were some, and aim was for that particular task, that Sri Ramakrishna's wonderful life and teachings, the exploits, divine play, what he did in the course of this gospel, in many places he spoke about himself, Sri Ramakrishna on himself. Oh, when I was a small boy, I used to do this. Oh, first I had that experience. So it is a kind of biography, not autobiography, but it is a mixture of many things. Hagiography, you can say, it's something. It is very difficult to say what the gospel is. But it is not neither a biography, not an autobiography, but it is a mixture of many things. But showing the whole world the right path, the goal of human life is to realize God. And we will just read one para, because we have started. In the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna introduction, we will go so many things to say why he wrote this book. He was trying to commit suicide and found that this man was talking to some people. They were standing, he was educated in Western ways, so he cannot enter anybody's room without invited. So he was standing outside, and room was also full. And Sri Ramakrishna was telling, A.M. being a leisure on Sundays, had gone with his friend Sidhu to visit several gardens and Baranagar. As they were walking in Prashanna Banerjee's garden, Sidhu said, there is a charming place on the bank of the Ganges where a Paramahamsa lives. Should you like to go there? A.M. assented, and they started immediately for the Dakshineshwar temple garden. So when he came, A.M. stood there outside the door, speechless, and looked on. It was as if he was standing where all the holy places met, and as if Shukadeva, son of Vyasadeva, who spoke and we got the Srimad Bhagavata, not Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavata, life story of Sri Krishna and other avatars. Shukadeva himself was speaking the word of God, or as if Sri Chaitanya, another avatar, were singing the name and glories of the Lord in Puri with Ramananda. Chaitanya Dev used to stay in his last days in Puri, and Ramananda was his attendant, and talking Swarupa, another attendant and devotee, and the other devotees. So Sri Ramakrishna said he felt that it is not an ordinary man. A person who did not get any joy in his father-mother's company, with his wife, with his children, with his friends. Teachers always have a love for the students. He was such a successful teacher, but he didn't get joy in, he was not getting joy for his students, that if I commit suicide, what will happen to my students? Out of love, people cannot leave. People remain even despite some problems for the good of others, those who love. Many people work, earn money, whole day suffer. Why? No, I will earn this, and with this earning I will serve my family, my near and dear ones, my loving ones. So this man now is thinking, wonderful place, this man is talking so nice, what a beautiful place, what a charming man, how beautiful his words are. I have no wish to move from this spot. He forgot that I was trying to commit suicide. The moment my friend and attendant, companion will leave, and I will commit suicide, because I have already kept my, sheltered them in my sister's house, my wife and children. He forgot after hearing a few words. What Sri Ramakrishna was telling? Sri Ramakrishna was telling about God. If you really love God, you don't need to do any formalities, any ritualistic worship, anything, because mind is full joy, mind is fully grossly engrossed in the name of God, not in anything worldly. Sri Ramakrishna is telling, when hearing the name of Hari or Rama once, God's name, you shed tears and your hair stands on end. You feel a kind of shivering in the body, taking God's name. What happens? Then you may know for certain that you do not have to perform such devotions as the Sandha, evening services, doing japam, meditation, some kind of ritualistic worship, sitting on an asana. You don't need. When your condition is that the moment you think of God, take the name of God, and you shiver, your hair stand on its end. You don't need to do anything, no formality. You are beyond all rules and regulations. Because all these things, ritualistic things, formalities, we do only to bring back our mind to God and God alone, in our chosen deity, in God. Mind is running after always behind the for the worldly objects and worldly enjoyment. So, know it for certain that you do not have to perform such devotion as the Sandha anymore. Then only will you have a right to renounce rituals, or rather, rituals will drop away of themselves. Then it will be enough if you repeat only the name of Rama or Hari, or even simply Om. Continuing, he said, the Sandha merges in the Gayatri, and the Gayatri merges in Om. Gayatri mantra is Om Bhurvasya Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhyo Yo Nah Prachodayatam. This is mantra Raja. This is the king of all mantras. If you do not take any mantra from any guru, anyone, only that mantra, if you have with full faith in God, and you can repeat that and meditate on that Gayatri mantra. The meaning of this Gayatri mantra is, I am meditating on that resplendent Purusha. May he guide our buddhi, dhiyo, prachudat, to the right direction, so that we don't go astray. If you repeat that mantra and meditate on this meaning of this Gayatri mantra in your heart of hearts, you will be liberated. You will achieve your goal as you like. So, Sri Ramakrishna was telling, if you have devotion for God, no ritualistic things are necessary. We do so many things to bring back. Also, we are doing sandal pasting, we are preparing some food. Mind is busy for doing many things in the world. Let mind be busy for one day. This is a special day, this is a puja, special puja. We will always thinking of God, trying to do something God. But when the mind automatically remains in God and God alone, then all this puja, ritualism, sitting per hour or this and that, according to the instruction of Guru, I have to do, it is not necessary. That is what Sri Ramakrishna is telling. The goal of human life is to realize the truth, is to know God and God alone. Do all your duties, but don't forget the goal of life, that you have to do anything and everything you do, hundreds and thousands of things you do, but don't get attached. No, that your attachment must be with God and God alone. And when by taking God's name you feel a kind of shivering, your hairs stand on its end, then you know that no formal worship is required. Sri Ramakrishna himself is telling in a semi-ecstatic mood, and outside the door, without any invitation, they have gone. And him hearing this, that your words brings back life to those people who are living this life in a miserable condition, and now they get a new life. This man also forgot that he was trying to commit suicide. And he says, wonderful man, what sweet man, what a beautiful place, what a charming man, and how beautiful and sweet his words are. I don't like to leave this place. He forgot that he wanted to commit suicide. So we will continue with this nectar-like words of our Master. I am very happy to be with you, spending some time. I wanted to have 5 minutes if any question. We can spend maximum a few minutes to 3 minutes for question answer if you have. If there is no question, that's good.
What became of M's wife? Did she finally, M's wife, didn't she finally, her attitude changed and they were able to live with M's parents?
Understood. When husband became a devotee, M, his wife also became devotee of Sri Ramakrishna. She used to prepare food also and used to live with Holy Mother. She became a companion attendant to Holy Mother also. Everything changes. That is the result of holy company. If you remain in holy company, all the good things you imbibe, and unknowingly, unconsciously, you are not converted, you are transformed. There is a transformation takes place in all of us. We do not know that it is happening, but it happens. It happened. Next time we will discuss about his wife also, a little bit. But main thing is that we suffer, Master's words bring joy to those who are suffering, living a miserable life in this world, and after listening to this nectar-like words of our Master, they get back there, as it were, they were dead. They have the love for life, and not only him, he himself survived. He brought joy and happiness and bliss in the millions and millions of people's mind, and those who are trying to commit suicide and not having any joy in this world. So this is the implication and significance of remaining in holy company and thinking of holy, something holy. Om Niranjanam Nityam Anantarupam Bhaktanukampa Dhrita Vigraham Vai Ishavatarang Parameshamidang Tang Ramakrishnang Shirasa Namama. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.